McGregor did, it's really a trick. He gets these people to box with him. They have no business boxing with him, and he's making millions and millions of dollars doing this way after his competitive career is over. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no...
Joe Rogan didn't mince words when he cast doubt on Floyd Mayweather's bold claims of owning $42 million spread across 60 properties. According to Rogan, many reliable sources have disputed these numbers, suggesting that Mayweather's portrayed wealth might be heavily overstated. While Floyd has built a brand around his financial status, it seems that much of his so-called empire may be more illusion than reality, with inflated figures and empty boasts propping it up.
So Floyd is just piecing him up. Up by literally the greatest boxer of all time. Floyd was just boxing him up, which is what he does. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him. It doesn't even hurt his record. Also, money. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive though, but
he's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
You think they give them to him?
Yeah. Because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity. That's a tax write-off. There's all sorts of things that goes into
Yeah, you
that.
got a good point. But those $1 million watches, they're not giving you those.
Over the years, Floyd transformed from a dynamic boxer into the persona known as Money Mayweather. Joe Rogan has remarked on this shift, noting how Floyd began prioritizing wealth over passion for the sport. Along with this transformation came a pattern of arrogance and a lack of respect towards his opponents, which Rogan found disappointing.
Floyd went from being like a really exciting pressure fighter and he had a bunch of hand problems to like Money Mayweather, start talking, just boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's crazy.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
Rogan has also stressed that Floyd's legacy isn't purely based on his talent in the ring, but more on his net worth. Despite being one of the most well-known fighters of all time, Rogan dismissed the idea of Floyd ever succeeding in MMA, asserting that he would be outclassed and overwhelmed in that arena. This shows how even prominent voices question Floyd's versatility and fighting prowess outside traditional boxing.
Floyd Mayweather applying for MMA license wants 6 to 8 months to train. He's screwed. First of all, they should give him everything they can get their greasy paws on, get him to fight Conor in an MMA fight.
You'd be screwed.
It's not just getting screwed. Like someone said it should be 1,000 to 1. That's not high enough. It's not high enough. If Conor McGregor was going to fight Floyd Mayweather in MMA, it is as close to 100% as anything ever gets ever. He's probably going to punch Conor in the face a couple of times. It's probably going to suck, but Conor's going to get a hold of him. And then he's going to be like a baby. And if that doesn't happen, he'll kick Floyd's legs out from under him. He'll kick his legs sideways. He'll kick them from the outside. He'll kick them from the inside. He'll stay way the way from any sort of a range where Floyd can punch him. It'll be a completely alien range for Floyd.
In a different story, Rogan shed light on Floyd's enormous sway in the sport by recalling an incident where Mayweather supposedly dismissed a referee mid-bout. According to Rogan, only someone with Floyd's level of influence and fame could pull off something like that. This episode is another clear example of how money and power have shaped every part of Mayweather's career, sometimes even bending the rules.
The referee said Floyd Mayweather hit him behind the head. So Floyd fired the referee in the middle of the bout. Floyd throws this punch, and he's 100% correct. The punch landed the side of the head. It's a right hook. It's a perfect punch. And the referee was saying, watch the back of the head. He's like, what the f are you talking about? And so he kicks the guy out, and they bring in a different referee who finishes the fight. It was insanity.
Joe Rogan believes that Floyd Mayweather's fierce drive to win stems from his early upbringing. Raised by a highly competitive father and uncle, both deeply involved in boxing, Floyd was taught to strive for the top in everything. This intense mindset helped him dominate the ring during his peak years. But that same hunger for success now seems to fuel his obsession with money and business, long after his prime fighting days.
You'll just look at boxing in terms of like how often you get hit versus how often you hit the other guy. He's the best ever. The way him and his uncle and his father talk, I imagine they were always super competitive from the time they were young.
Yeah.
Like he grew up being they're super competitive. They're competitive about talking. They're competitive about all kinds of things. So it's like that hive, like growing up with that all the time and the boxing skill.
At one point, Mayweather boasted that he earns $3 million every month, even suggesting he outpaces Bill Gates financially. While such claims might thrill his fans, those who understand boxing payouts and pay-per-view revenue models know these numbers are far-fetched. Most analysts agree that these statements don't hold up under scrutiny and are likely exaggerated for show.
And Floyd Mayweather says he makes $300 million a month, which is $3.6 billion a year. He makes more money than Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of those guys. So I say all that to say this. The money that Canelo was looking for, they can easily come up with that money. Floyd Mayweather got it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way to you. If he makes, what did he say, $300 million a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm 6'4" and 240. And I know I'm 5'8" and a half and 240. So there you go. There's no way. There's that. If he makes $3 million a month on his investments, that's a lot. $36 million a year. That's a lot. So I know guys that are worth, $500-600 million, plenty of them, and they don't make $36 million a year, let alone $300 million a month. So there you go.
Floyd often emphasizes that money is the center of his world. He's openly said he wants his kids to continue the same type of business he's in, focusing on building wealth across generations. But this money-first mentality has sparked criticism, with many accusing him of putting financial gain above values like humility and integrity.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
Even with his reported riches, several rumors and accusations suggest that Floyd still owes money to others. One of the most talked about cases came from rapper 50 Cent, who alleged that Floyd scammed him out of $2 million while he was incarcerated. 50 Cent claimed Floyd asked him to run his promotional business during that time. But when Floyd got out, he pretended like it never happened, leaving their friendship fractured.
We brought them over. I brought them over while Floyd was, incarcerated. Yeah. Then he comes home. There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you'd already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless. Right. So I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell you how to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh, man.
And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face and he tell me to do that.
50 Cent didn't hold back when revealing more dirt about Floyd Mayweather. He claimed that many people close to Floyd don't even like him, accusing him of being too materialistic and lacking basic morals. According to 50, Floyd is so caught up in flaunting his wealth and status that it's hard for anyone to take him seriously outside his boxing achievements.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. Just get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your local host in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Do you think step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
And it's not just 50 Cent. YouTuber turned boxer Logan Paul also aired his frustrations with Floyd, saying he never got fully paid for their high-profile exhibition match. Despite the event pulling in millions and making headlines worldwide, Logan insists that Floyd still owes him money, adding more fuel to the fire when it comes to Floyd's questionable financial dealings.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
Legendary boxer Oscar De La Hoya has also chimed in, suggesting that Floyd might still be fighting because he needs the cash. De La Hoya argued that many fighters go broke after retirement due to excessive spending. Considering Floyd's lavish habits, like collecting luxury cars, high-end fashion, and flying on private jets, it's not an unreasonable concern.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Floyd is no stranger to flashy purchases, and his spending habits are always making headlines. From owning an $18 million watch to a collection of high-end timepieces worth thousands each, his lifestyle is nothing short of outrageous. While these displays certainly grab attention, they also raise serious questions about how long someone, even with Floyd's fortune, can keep living like this.
How much is it?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million?
You're the first to see it. That's insane. That 1.8 is high. 18 life.
Dad, happy birthday, champ.
That's how we doing.
That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he's saying.
Money green.
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece.
One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
It's a one of one.
Joe Rogan was one of the many voices who called out Floyd Mayweather's fight with Conor McGregor as a mere cash grab. Floyd had already retired but came back for a hefty $100 million payday in an exhibition match. For someone who constantly brags about his wealth.
Okay, so your new contract, you wanted no extensions. That's one thing.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Okay. What was one of them, the ability to box?
One of them was the ability to box.
They said that wasn't an option. Boxing is dead. It's not possible. This and that.
Now, what does that feel like to you, knowing that Conor McGregor did it and fought Floyd Mayweather and made $100 million?
Yes, gentlemen, let's do this.
A bitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. No. Sneak designs, that's that shit I don't like.
Floyd has never been shy about boasting. He often claims that no other boxer in history has achieved what he has. While his confidence is clear, so is his tendency to compare himself to others, something that fuels his brand, but also opens the door for criticism and doubt from outsiders.
Still waiting? Well, I think I'm separated now. You know, I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, you know, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. I had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
Floyd's hypocrisy was apparent when he fought Logan Paul for money, yet criticized Mike Tyson for stepping into the ring with Jake Paul at an older age. This double standard didn't go unnoticed by fans and critics alike, showing how Floyd wants to control the narrative around big money fights. Fine when he does it, but not when others do.
When you watch something like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, what is your reaction?
When you watching boxing for free, you can have millions and millions and millions of views. But when you're watching Floyd Mayweather, you have to pay. I think WWE is good for Logan.
And Jake Paul?
Easy. At 48, too easy.
Mike Tyson has also made his feelings about Floyd known. He's openly stated that he doesn't like Floyd because, even in retirement, Floyd continues to flaunt his wealth and status. Tyson's frustration with Floyd's need to always show off is clear and adds to the ongoing tension between the two legends.
You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym. He's a rat. He retired, but he stayed in the gym. He can't help it. It's just he don't do drugs. That's his heroin, the gym.
Someone told me this. They say he does not. He doesn't have a vice. Yeah. He doesn't have a vice.
No, he does. The gym.
The gym.
The gym.
Floyd has always been focused on business from the start of his career. However, the methods he's used to amass wealth often raise ethical concerns. Whether it's unpaid debts or inflated earnings, there are instances where Floyd's brand of success seems more like an illusion rather than a result of integrity.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know, it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top Rank Boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
That wraps up today's video. Be sure to check back for more.